Friction.
Yes, and that is the thing that people don't fucking get. The biggest misunderstanding about David Goggins of all time. It's like, whether you believe in God or not, I do. He put this lab rat, which is me, on this planet and said, let me fucking see what a beat up, abused kid who can barely learn, who has a twisted body, messed up genetics, sickle cell, this and that. Let me give him everything that pretty much disqualifies you from the military. But back then, it wasn't estrus. And let's put him in this and see what comes out of it. So to do that, friction. You don't wake up in the morning time and go to the coffee maker. Matter of fact, sometimes you don't even sleep. What it requires is when I'm at 2 o'clock it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and my brain is thinking about a fucking drug. And I gotta get up and look in my book to see what that drug is, how I remember it. And this is every day of my fucking life. That's why when I train a fighter or I train someone, I'm like, you have no fucking idea how great you really are. Because you are using such minimal of what you have. And if people can learn to focus, this is what's possible. While it may not be pretty, like people want to do a documentary on me. I go, no. I don't want you to do a documentary on me. Because I will have normal, everyday people picking me apart. Oh, his life is miserable. Who wants to live like that? It's crazy how it's almost like he's sick, he's psychotic. The most frustrating thing in the world for me is when normal people judge a man like myself on what it really takes to extract greatness from nothing. It takes every bit of who you are if you choose that route. If you don't, Merry Christmas, do what you gotta do. But yeah, all these things for me, like I told you, man, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not coming here to talk about perform without purpose. Because I go through, when I write these books, I try to dumb down David Goggins. How can I give normal people, and I'm normal, but I found something that most don't want to find. How can I speak to people and give them something from this crazy psychotic brain that I've developed? How can I give them that? So I sit down with Jennifer for years and write down perform without purpose, callous your mind, armor your mind, the cookie jar, the accountability mirror, shit that people can fucking use in their lives. No. I'm glad it helps you, but the barbaric life that I live, that you have to live, the almost obsession that you must have to be great, you can't put that shit in a fucking book, bro. You can't put it in a book. You can't.
What does it truly mean to go from rock bottom to unstoppable? Imagine being 300 pounds, failing at life, and feeling like the world is stacked against you. Now picture turning that into becoming one of the hardest men alive, a Navy SEAL, ultramarathon runner, and inspiration to millions. But here's the catch. David Goggins says there's no magic, no hack, no shortcut, only pain, discipline, and a haunting inner voice that pushes you every day. If you've ever wondered how to break free from excuses and truly transform, this is the video you've been waiting for. Let's dive into the mind of David Goggins and uncover the brutal truth about what it takes to achieve greatness.
You know it's all worth it, just that had a price. You know that I'm all in.
David Goggins wasn't born a Navy SEAL. He wasn't born a marathon runner. He wasn't even born disciplined. In fact, his story starts with everything working against him: abuse, poverty, obesity, and a mindset of pure defeat. At 24 years old, Goggins weighed over 300 pounds, couldn't even run a mile, and was working a job he hated. Life felt hopeless. But Goggins didn't just change his circumstances, he rebuilt himself from the ground up. And his secret? Pain, discipline, and the decision to stop lying to himself. He shares a raw truth that most motivational speakers won't. There are no hacks, no shortcuts, and no easy roads to success. Every day he chooses to do what sucks. Why? Because that's where the growth is. Goggins doesn't chase happiness, he chases accountability. In his own words, I am haunted by the person I used to be. That version of me, lazy, undisciplined, full of excuses, is always lurking, waiting for me to slip. And every day, I make the choice not to go back. Let's break this down. Goggins calls it the suck. It's going on a run, even when your body screams in pain. It's choosing to confront your weaknesses head on instead of hiding behind comfort. But here's the twist. Goggins didn't just embrace discipline, he turned it into a way of life. Every action he takes, every step he runs, every page he studies, is part of a system he created to fight the very demons that tried to define him. He's not afraid to be misunderstood. Most people think he's crazy. Why would a millionaire, someone who has nothing left to prove, push himself so hard? The answer is simple. He knows the power of friction. That uncomfortable, grueling effort we try to avoid, that's where strength is built. Science backs him up. Neuroscientists have discovered a brain region called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. It's what activates when you do something you don't want to do, like resisting junk food or pushing through a grueling workout. And here's the kicker, that part of the brain gets stronger with repetition. The more you embrace the suck, the more mental toughness you develop. But it's not a one-time deal. Goggins reminds us that discipline is a daily practice. If you skip a day, that mental muscle begins to shrink. That's why Goggins lives by his mantra, stay hard. What makes his story even more powerful is his vulnerability. Goggins admits he was once a liar, an excuse maker, someone who sought approval from others instead of looking in the mirror. But when he decided to change, he made a choice to face himself, no matter how painful it was. And that's the message we can all take from his journey. Whether you're trying to lose weight, build a business, or simply become a better version of yourself, the path forward is through hard work, relentless self-accountability, and the willingness to embrace discomfort. Goggins doesn't promise it will be easy. In fact, he guarantees it won't be. But he also guarantees this. If you do the work, if you choose discipline over comfort, you'll unlock a level of strength and resilience you didn't even know existed. So ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice to become the person you've always dreamed of being? Are you ready to face the suck? At the end of the day, the question isn't about whether you have the potential to change, it's about whether you're willing to do what it takes. As Goggins says, it's you against you. And remember, hustlers rule the world. Keep grinding, stay disciplined, and most importantly, stay hard.